came here and beat Warrington, much to the delight of Darryl Powell, of course, who had a bit of a torrid time in the final few weeks of his tenure as Warrington coach. But then they did it again at the DIY Kitchen Stadium later in the year as well. Wakefield get first touch of the ball, chance to bring it forward, a chance to just have a look at Warrington's resolve in defence. Line speed, as you'd expect, is red hot in these first few tackles. Plenty of defenders in there to make sure that progress is limited. Here's McMeekan driving it on again, and he's pushed back as well. This is Smoothie at dummy half, who just ejects that ball out, and a big effort by Tavanga, wearing the headband. Smoothie goes out again. Well, there's a bit of an injury here as well, isn't there? Some strife suffered, and a penalty given as well.
Luke Yates just catches Smoothie just a little high. He's sort of dropping into contact. I think it's Curry actually just catches him. There's not an awful lot in it. It's just rattled Tyson Smoothie enough. He stayed down. The referees have got their heads together and spotted that that's high. It's a penalty here after what was a really promising start from Warrington defensively. Committed numbers to rucks, slowing it down. We spoke about how frantic this season has been. So Warrington will be disappointed to concede there after what's been a great defensive set.
So a touch finder here for Jack Sinfield. Ooh, has he got it? No, he's not. What a brilliant recovery here from Thewlis, who somehow kept that ball in play, and it's taken on by Kai Taylor-Ray. We've been enthralled by the World Cup cricket on Sky Sports these last few weeks, and that was like a catch on the boundary edge, wasn't it?
It's a poor kick from Sinfield though, Dave. Poor kick, you can't be missing touch there.
This is Harrison, bounces away from a couple of defenders, finds Cam Scott there as a willing defender. Sneed, big galloping effort again, taking Warrington just inside their opponent's half, and Walker goes scurrying off as well. Last play coming up. Curry at dummy half. Little step back from Taylor-Ray to make the gap for Sneed to put that kick up high. The challenge is up there as well. It's still the last. The ball is kept alive. Taken by Jowett. Warrington swarming around.
Yeah, it's a good place to hand over the ball. Mark Sneed would have wanted another 5-10 metres on that kick. Really pinned Wakefield into deep territory. Nonetheless, difficult place to come out for. Canberra in the NRL call it the coffin, Dave. That 10 and 10 in, 10 out from the corner of the field there. Such a difficult part of the field to get out of. Wakefield will look to do that with outside back carries like this from Corey Hall.
Smoothie again. And a little inside pass as well. Very nearly unleashing a huge effort, but the defensive read is good. And step again from Nicotimo, who's almost finding a way to rip away through. Smoothie out, it's put over the top by Truman, and Taylor-Ray. Well, that's a very safe pair of hands with traffic coming his way.
Yeah, first test. Sam Burgess said after round one that he's going to be tested, he's going to make mistakes, but to be patient. Well, super safe there from Taylor-Ray. Look at Wakefield aiming up here, Dave.
Thewlis bouncing around in a washing machine for a moment there, wasn't he? He was spun and eventually put down. Well, they've got a job to do. Hapawate. Can't get the ball away. Wakefield swarming. Walker again, hands on hips, looking to release and looking left with King, who was one of the many impressive characters in that Warrington side, wasn't he, a couple of weeks ago. It's back with Sneed again. There's a good spin on that, just catches that really well, and Jowett. There's a hint of a forward pass, which the Warrington fans were just inquiring about, but Myers safely pouches.
Yeah, it's a great defensive set from Wakefield. Mark Sneed having to kick off his 30-metre line. And look now, Wakefield just easing over that the halfway line into Warrington territory, and Tavaga just looking to get his feet into Super League. Jay Pitt's really influential in that position. Tavaga gets the nod tonight, but he's going to be crucial for Wakefield's ball movement.
Truman again, putting it on its way, but there's no path for Nicotimo to exploit. And so Wakefield running down the tackle. Still plenty to go, though. Plenty of opportunities here to build and maybe produce something attacking on the back of it. Well, this will be the last. Another set of 6. Warrington clumsy in the tackle, and this has given Wakefield a real opportunity. As McMeekan challenging in. Oh, and then he slips, and the referee says clumsy from McMeekan. No hand on him. Is there a challenge?
Step over him, you need to stand back and play the ball.
Well, he's been explained what the problem was, and there is no challenge.
Yeah, it was Luke Yates was left on the ground, and McMeekan sort of goes to step over him, just trips, loses his footing. There's a potential that Yates has just got to get out of the way there.
It's a real shame for Wakefield, that, isn't it? Because that was building nicely.
Well, Warrington had given him 2 chances, hadn't they? High tackle from Yates. You know, two opportunities really Wakefield have had to just keep possession and build some pressure. Not managed to do it, but promising start from them.
Shot clock on, the ball is eventually fed. Warrington look to build. So much pace in their back line, isn't there, Warrington, that they offer a threat even here, and that will help them as well. Sneed wants to get on. That's a huge kick, that's a huge kick. Jowett went across there to try and put the hand on it, but that's massive.
Yeah, what a kick. Mark Sneed just buying Warrington 50 metres. Cheap penalty from Wakefield, now Warrington on the front foot.
Harrison with the first search. Here comes Luke Yates. Signed a new contract, didn't he, the other week, extending his stay here. Such a doughty character in the middle of the park. Sneed again. Stone. Penalty.
Yeah, it's a late hit. Tyson Smoothie just applying pressure from the inside the line. Now you've got to be so careful in the modern game. You don't push through with contact. It's deemed that's late on Curry. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, that's not a penalty, is it? It's not even looked at. Everyone's decided that is a penalty these days, but yeah, Wakefield, a real test. Got to show some steel here on goal line D.
What a position Warrington find themselves in. Sneed to Williams, offering it back inside for Stone. Many plays to come. Curry again. Sneed advanced on quickly by Sinfield. The pass therefore was perhaps not what he wanted. It's play on, the referee says. Williams somehow regathering possession. Well, there's a stroke of luck for Warrington, who get a tackle reset as well, a set reset as well. Harrison will try to bulldoze his way, and he's getting close, but under control from the Wakefield defence.
Yeah, Williams looking dangerous. An element of fortune there, getting the ball back, but Warrington in these situations need to get the spine organised, need to be putting points on.
Curry with a short one for Byrne to have a little surge. Walker comes galloping across to get into that position again, and Curry with a pass away, and Yates comes on at pace. Wakefield's defence is smart enough. Walker, I'm not sure he knew what he wanted to do there. Changed his mind several times, it seems. Sneed with a kick and a chase, and it is covered well, but that's an intelligent kick, because the weight of that meant that they would get some positive result.
Yeah, Mark Sneed just spotted an opportunity. Not much doing, really. Just wandered back to the inside. Nothing happening. Kick for himself. Not like he'd put it too strong. Plenty of Wakefield bodies around to absorb the threat. But this is pressure-building stuff now from Warrington. I think about every 6 to 10 rucks in the opposition 20 team score tries. Just by stats, you'd say Warrington really should be scoring in this set of 6.
Well, as is often the case this season, the dropout team goes short, and it doesn't come up their way. So the disadvantage of that is that straight away Wakefield are defending more or less on their own line again, and Warrington have purpose as Curry travels with intent. Walker again, slipping it back to Sneed. Here's Williams. Taylor Ray can't get out of the tackle. Walker. Williams missing out a couple. King. Wakefield's defence is marshalled well enough, but there's one play to go, and it's Walker who goes down that blind side. It's Taylor Ray over there who's going to be, in fact, it's Williams who's going to be held up. But again, they hand it over in an uncomfortable position from Wakefield's point of view.
Yeah, and watch Warrington's line tighten up, D-line tighten up, ultimate dual contact. One of the things from this season that stood out is the teams that make great initial contact get an opportunity to slow rucks down. If you don't make your first contact and really control that part of it, it's almost impossible to win it from there on in. So Warrington showing that in abundance here. Number of players dropping the shoulder, making really solid contacts on Wakefield.
Here's Myers to his feet and plays the ball, and it's taken on by Tavanga, who's rounded up. Still a couple of plays to go here, but they've got a distance to travel. It's going to be the last. It's going to be a kick. Sinfield just looking for an angle, but it was a tight angle from where he started, and Taylor Ray swiftly back there. He brings it back with a real quickness of feet, doesn't he?
Yeah, a lot of pressure on him as well. Matt Duffy obviously moving on, who's somewhat of a fan's favourite here. Some pressure on that young man to produce these magical moments, but as Sam Burgess said, be patient with him. He's a star for sure. Let's just give him a chance to grow.
There's Theolis. Walker. This is Hopewati. Walker again. Curry. Arrowhead of that attack, and Williams helps it on, and King further left. But Smith finds himself in a cul-de-sac of defenders. Last play for Warrington. It's Williams. And again testing that left-hand side as he sticks it up there. And again the chase is good, and again Wakefield start from here.
Yeah, Darryl Powell will be delighted though. It's a good take from Jowett, but he'll be delighted with how his side's defending here. Another high shot from Warrington. After building all of that pressure, is it Liam Byrne? Just slipping high, gifting a penalty to Wakefield. So after building all of that pressure, not coming up with points, it's just a simple high shot on Pratt. All that pressure that they've built then just released.
2 penalties conceded by each side now in the opening 11 and a bit minutes of the game.
Yeah, he's going to be a great signing for Warrington, is Liam Byrne. Pratt's falling into that, so it is a high tackle, but Byrne, Tanganoa, Sipley really bolstered that Warrington pack. I had some questions about it prior to round one and said I didn't know whether it had the goods. Well, it produced in round one, didn't it? Absolutely solid as a rock against St Helens, and a solid start from him here.
So hard labour to be done again here by Wakefield. 6 of their last 7 Super League games against Warrington have been Trinity wins. It's an incredible record, and 30 points to 16 here last year. I mean, Warrington's season tailed off, but at that stage earlier in the season, that was really an eyebrow-raising result, and a sign of where Wakefield were heading last year. Into the top 6, of course, into the playoffs. Newly promoted last, seasoned Super League veterans this. Sinfield. Tavanga putting it back, and well, here is Jowett just trying to inject himself into the line. Corey Hall waits on this, the last as well. Truman putting it up there. Taylor Ray getting up there. Was he contacted? He was before his feet hit the ground. So an easy penalty for Warrington.
Yeah, fine margins. Seth Nicotimo just got his timing fractionally wrong. Kai Taylor Ray really maybe smart actually. Faked as though he wasn't going to jump to catch the ball. He does. Once both feet are off the air, the defender can't attempt to commit the tackle. Seth Nicotimo does, and commits the penalty. A bit of blood. Yeah, he's clashed. A bit of a clash there for Nicotimo, who's fully committed to the challenge. He's come off worse, hasn't he? He'll be bleeding. He'll be taken off to be stitched or strapped up on the field here. But another solid, brave take from Kai Taylor Ray.
Well, he's obviously come off worse here, Nicotimo, so hence the treatment.
We're speaking about Darryl Powell finding something to hang his hat on in 2026. Well, we might have just seen it in the opening 12 minutes. It's not everything's gone their way. but they've defended the line and been really difficult to break down. You know, maybe I haven't seen that in the opening couple of rounds, but a really spirited defensive effort here from Wakefield. They'll try and patch Nicotino on the pitch. Bit of Vaseline. Get on, lad. You're fine.
Statistical oddity of Wakefield's first 2 matches this season is that they both ended 16-18. They lost 16-18 to Toulouse, and then they won 18-16 against Wakefield, which means absolutely nothing. But there was nothing else. There was nothing else happening, John. So
yeah, perfect.
might as well mention it. Another set for Warrington. So they start their set with a first drive by Byrne inside their opponent's half. Here's Walker. Yates. Don't forget, 2 games also on today. Just a few moments' time, the Catalan-St Helens game will be starting. If that's your preference, we won't take offence if you want to watch that on Sky Sports Plus. We hope you stay with us, but there's your choice. And a little later, of course, the magic of Vegas. Hull Kingston Rovers against Leeds. That's a good kick and chase as well, and Jowett just got a slender boot on that to turn it to safety.
Yeah, it's a great kick from Mark Sneyd, using all of the experience to toy with Oliver Pratt, the winger on the end of the line. As soon as he threatens to play, Sneyd spots him coming up, kicks behind, and it's a solid chase from all of his Warrington teammates. Jowett does well. Jowett does well to make up ground there. He's not in a great position at the start of it, but yet again, more pressure for Sam Burgess and Warrington on this Wakefield defensive line.
This could be another short one, another gamble, and another one that doesn't pay off because Dewlis went up there and came down with a ball in hand. Here's Walker. Williams. Now it's with Byrne. An honest effort from him, taking his side. 10 metres away and central. Great position to work from here. Sneyd and Harrison. Oh, it's a big battle there, and I think obstruction, offside. Oh, it's offside by the Wakefield defenders.
Well, the Wakefield defenders just really conscious that they might have been short out on that right-hand side. Just stealing a couple of metres to get up. Mark Sneyd will definitely take the 2 here. Just trying to get some points from all of that possession and the territory that they've had. This just comes off the back of a smart kick from Mark Sneyd, doesn't it? A pressure-building kick. That's 2 repeat steps off the boot, the right boot of Mark Sneyd. Wakefield will take a lot of confidence, Dave, actually, of all that pressure, really, that they've been under, to come away with just 2 points conceded. They'll still be happy.
Yeah, 15 minutes played, not conceded. Possession very much in Warrington's favour at the moment, 59% for them. Wakefield 41. That's just switched to 60-40, as we say that in Warrington's favour. And positionally, they've had the best of it, haven't they, the field position. And now they have a lead. Sneyd sticks it over.
Yeah, so it's been a solid start from Warrington and been patient, hasn't it, with the ball. They've certainly not forced things, they've not come up with errors. Happy to come away with 2 points. Just sense that they're sniffing out this right-hand side of Wakefield. Everything seems to be focused on that right edge of Pratt, Cam Scott and Jack Sinfield. George Williams applying his trade on that side of the field. You'd expect Warrington to maybe have some joy down there.
5 successes with the boots so far this season for Mark Sneyd. 5 out of 5. He got 4 out of 4 against St Helens, and he's just landed that one as well. And you have a look at the Super League all-time scorers list. He's very much up there. 2,324 to his name now. Walker. Yates. He's battling it on, that straightforwardness that he brings. Straightforward toughness that he brings. Lovely inside ball. Curry, the enabler, but the defence closing in on Williams on that occasion. Here is Williams again from the feet of Walker. It's back with Sneyd, who's behind a 40, but that matters not because it's right down the middle. It's taken by Jowett, who looks to return with a little bit of interest here. It's an intriguing battle we're watching.
It's good footwork from Myers, just finding the shoulder, inside shoulder of a defender, dropping. You're just looking to generate speed here. Outside backs looking to just land on the front, get a quick ruck, and then off they'll go. But well dealt with by Warrington thus far.
Jowett had a dummy half, and he fancies a bit of an individual effort. Smoothie, and wider still they come. Now it's the last. Jake Truman puts it up there. Taylor Ray underneath it, and again faultless.
3 clean takes from Kai Taylor Ray. A lot of pressure on him. Corey Hall. I've liked how Wakefield have defended. Really dealt with a lot of the threats Warrington have posed. You know, even mopping up George Williams, appearing on the inside of Curry in the last set of 6. There's a lot of desperation here from Darryl Powell's team.
As King operating in the acting half position on that occasion. There's Walker again. There's Taylor Ray down the middle, finds the burst, and off he goes. He's got George Williams for company. He'll use him, but Williams has brilliant from Myers. Jaden Myers keeping pace step for step. Here comes the last. It's almost an interception. King is stopped in his stead, but some brilliant attack and some breathtaking defence.
Well, just as I said, they dealt with the threat of Williams through the middle. It's that man, Kai Taylor Ray, who did the self-same thing against St Helens in round 1. Spotted a quick ruck, ducks under Ray, gets inside Tavanga, and then he's away, isn't it? It's great support from Williams. What I said about the desperation from Wakefield, what about that from Myers? That's exceptional from the young winger to get back and stop a certain try for George Williams under the sticks. Really entertaining passage of rugby.
So penalty for Wakefield.
They're on it, aren't they, in the rucks? A lot of penalties in the rucks at the start of the year. Referees trying to stamp their authority on things, just to suggest you can't do things like Danny Walker's trying to do here. If you lose it, the referees are shouting move much earlier.
They're using the players' names as well, aren't they? They're identifying the player in the ruck who they feel needs to get out there, which is one of the reasons why it's a little quicker.
Yeah, I think we all support the game being quicker. I think everybody wants it to be quicker. And maybe Wigan have shown us how it's done, because you can play with control and speed, because that's exactly what they did against Lee on Thursday.
Banganar very nearly went without the ball there, but just about grabbed it in, tight to his large body. And a slip from Tavanga makes him an easy target for the oncoming defenders. Midway point of the first half, just the 2 points as well, which, for all the pressure they've been under, Wakefield will be very pleased with, even though they trail. And maybe they can land a sucker punch back on their opponents. Banganar. 1 play to go. A little mazy run from Jowett, realises the last, sticks it up in the air. Warrington safely back in possession.
Yeah, it's a sort of manufactured kick from Max Jowett, but regardless, it did the job. Puts Wakefield into a good spot. Nice offload from Toby King. It's not Wakefield's time to tighten up and really apply some pressure to Warrington here.
It's going to burst the seams of the Wakefield defence high on the pitch. Referee deciding that the Warrington player has much to do with that, as the Wakefield defence. There's no penalty, no 6 again. Walker. Taylor Ray again. Oh, and he's Tyson Smoothie just grabbed his hips. Sneed. Pressure coming in from Mac Meakin, but Sneed gets a decent kick away. Standing start from Jowett.
Yeah, Kai Taylor Ray takes the 4th carry of the set so that you get a full kick chase, but he's looking so dangerous, isn't he? 4th tackle, defences are passive, he's just poking his nose through. It's a great start to the game for Kai Taylor Ray.
Taking that, they did it with Duffy last year as well, didn't they? He takes it in. But you just wonder whether a player with that pace, is he not better on the chase?
No, just get a full chase down there, and he's so effective round the ruck.
Yeah.
We've had a message from Sam Burgess as Wakefield really.
Well, Caius Fatilli is fairly fresh on the field and fresh to the Super League season. And there's his first mistake of the 2026 campaign.
Yeah, he's been so often, in his first season was the point of difference, wasn't he? A carry, a try, something that changed the course of the game. Well, he's come on there and his first impact is a negative one. He had a great year last year, didn't he?
Any young children watching, by the way, don't get that haircut.
I don't even know what is that. It's beyond a mullet.
It looks like it's been chewed rather than barbered, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's something that if I took my dog and it came back looking like that, I'd not be happy.
I'll let you explain that to him at the end of the game. This, again, is an opportunity for Taylor Ray. Here's Williams. Josh Dewlis will have a look and skip along the line and try to put the big left foot step on, but there's no way that's going to happen. Now with a big effort. This is Yates, who is proving relatively elusive. Warrington in prime attacking position here. Wakefield have shown plenty of character. Taylor Ray, and now it's with Hopoate, but that defence comes racing across.
Great edge defence. Everybody patient, everybody connected. Fantastic from Wakefield.
Williams, Sneed, chip over the top, but it's well covered. And Wakefield again come up trumps, having been under pressure and refusing to concede.
Yeah, you've got to love their defence. Like I said, just connected, very patient, nobody turning in. Big warning sign defensively, so you get your hips turned in or out, you get beaten by someone like George Williams. Another penalty here from Warrington. Danny Walker holds his head. Offside. Too keen.
Well, wherever you concede a penalty on the field, it's painful, isn't it? But especially there.
It's 3 now, isn't it, for Warrington? They've had solid field position, a load of possession, and then those penalties just relieve all of that pressure that you've managed to build up. That's the only disappointing aspect about Warrington's performance so far.
Jay Pitts on the field. He has an influence, doesn't he? Smoothie. Foot down and go from Sinfield. Cross comes Smoothie again. This is Pitts. Truman just trying to find a path through, but Nicotimo again is dealt with by Williams. Truman. Nicotimo will have a go, rolled over. 5 plays gone, so inevitably something needs to happen on this one. Sinfield. Taylor Ray, well, he's come up trumps every time.
Yeah. Just going back to that defence from George Williams. Great take from Taylor Ray again. One of the most underrated parts about the Warrington captain's game that takes down under next year with him is his defence. He's so tidy, such good contact for a half-back.
Smith will play. Sneed picks up. And it's Joe Philbin. Again, an impact from the bench. And quickly played as well, and gets Warrington on the front foot. Taylor Ray was hunting, but that Wakefield defence was snapped tight. Sneed outside the 40. But again, it's right down the middle, so it matters little. Jowett. Warrington's defence up there in sufficient numbers.
Yeah, they've done well here, Wakefield, to compete the wrong side of territory and possession to the Warrington Wolves, but hanging in, real desperate defensive effort from them here.
Tabanga. Smoothie again. Pitts involved, Sinfield involved. Hanging up. And now it's with Caius Fatilli, and makes an impact and gets it away, and Sinfield helps it on its way. Well, that's a very decent carry. Scott, and they get another set of 6, and Jowett puts the kick in. Well, he mustn't have heard the referee, because that's a wasted position.
Oh, devastated. Max Jowett just didn't hear the call. The 6 again, huge opportunity.
Well, there was nothing on him. It was a gamble on a last play kind of kick, that wasn't it? Not the sense of something immediately available. Top Sipley, early carry for him. carrying with real weight and authority as well. Now it's with Philbin, crashing inside.
That's some punch to bring on, isn't it? Sipley, Philbin and Tanganoa all at the same time. Powerful.
Sneed, that's a high one into the night sky. Time for the chasers to get up there. Has Philbin filled out even a little bit more, do you reckon, in the off-season? He looks a little bit bulkier, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he's just powerful, isn't he? Low centre of gravity, nuggety sort of player. Both him and Sipley just were going to provide a load of punch for Warrington this year. It's an area, like I said, I've questioned the Warrington forwards in the last couple of seasons. Well, the new recruits have certainly added a lot. Sipley in particular looks a real player.
But it remains just the two. Pitts, Truman, putting the foot down and trying to go. One last play, so Simfield sticks boot on that. Safely pouched again. Smith. It's a decent watch, this, isn't it? Between two sides who are giving it a real battle.
Yeah, tough game. Tough game. Two sides who defended incredibly well. This is the danger for Wakefield. Anything behind the ruck, anything when it's quick. Danny Walker, Kai Taylor-Rain, Williams, anything around that ruck area is going to be real danger for Wakefield.
Philbin went in at pace and with power. This now is Sipley getting an extra yard or two after contact. But it is the last, so it is Sneed, inevitably. Taken by Pratt, who'll bring it back. Settled into an arm wrestle now, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. No line breaks for Wakefield. Sam Burgess would be delighted with that. All of the line breaks in this game have come from the Warrington Wolves, as Corey Hall nearly makes one.
Thought you put the mockers on that then for a moment. Pitts back on an inside path with the pass. Smoothing. Still to see Harvey Smith make his entrance, haven't we? Well, this is nice, but misconnected with Myers, and suddenly Fulis puts the foot down, and my goodness, that big effort there from Truman was massive, and I think Fulis has dropped the ball. He has.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't just drop the ball here, he knocked it down. It was an interception, an attempted interception from Fulis. Nicotimu had him in all sorts. Fulis came in earlier and tapped the ball down. I think it was missed by the referee.
So it's a Wakefield knock-on he's given here.
Yeah, Fulis just jams it, gets his hand on the ball ever so slightly, forces the ball out. Fulis does well to play on. He's obviously not going to give his hand up to the referee.
Warrington ball, one-on-one steal, knock-on is what you're hearing.
Yes, I mean, Fulis does well to deal with the situation and get away from the Wakefield defenders, but certainly touched it.
I think they were asking if they could challenge here, and the referee's saying that whether the time's gone or what, I'm not sure, but no challenge.
Big moment, that. Huge moment. It's a big read from Fulis. He had to do what he did, but in my opinion, made contact with that ball. Quite easy to be missed by the referees. You assume Wakefield would have challenged if they were adamant Fulis had touched the ball.
Well, here's Taylor-Ray, but he slips. But Wakefield under pressure now. Into the final 10 minutes of the first half. They've defended stoutly and stoically so far. Can they match that effort again as Stone tests? Here's Walker, now Sneed. The line came out quickly, which forced that pass, which means that Smith has to start from deeper than he would have liked. But it's searching in the middle with Williams on over the head of Philbin and kicked on by Corey Hall. Now who gets to this first? Well, Hall, magnificent and he's rolled it backwards, and then I think Truman's knocked it on. Well, the frustration there for Corey Hall, because everything he did was pretty impressive. The kick, the chase, the take. But then I think it's his teammate who's let the situation down.
Oh, it was a reaction from Corey Hall, hacks it forward. He does ever so well. He chases this so hard. Curry just dawdles just a little bit. Nearly gets his pocket pinched. Hall does so well to pick that up. Offload. And then you often find a sloppy error from Truman off the back of it. Exceptional defence, desperation, scramble. All of the things that Darryl Powell would be wanting to see from his team. And he's seen a lot of those elements that we saw last year here defensively from Wakefield.
Well, it has given Warrington yet another opportunity. And Sipley will try to carry them even closer, and does. And even though there are three dancing around with him, he manages again to pinch an extra metre or so. Sneed. Taylor Ray releases it earlier. And Hopawat is going to be chopped down, but close. Scramble, close to that line. Sneed. A reach and a take by Philbin. Left foot step and into the line. Grabbed a hold of by Vanganar. Two more come in to help with the defensive. Walker just offering the inside path for Sipley to have a go. Again, Wakefield's defence hanging on grimly. Oh, hang on.
What?
I think Sipley might be claiming he got this ball down. The referee, because he's going to the video referee, it is because he thinks it's not a try. But there is reason for investigation here for video referee Chris Kendall. So let's hear for the first time from our video referee.
Okay, we have a live call of no try. It's tackle 4 coming into tackle 5. We're just checking the grounding. Okay, does this ball ever get to the ground? Hard to tell on that angle. Just going to look at camera 8. Okay, we can see the top of the ball. We can see the bottom of the ball. Okay, you can see the ball on the ground there. I'm just going to explore all of the angles. Okay, so we're just going to explore all the angles. Okay, the referee has confirmed on field that he always is in control of the ball. So whilst I can't see his hands, the referee is comfortable that he doesn't lose possession of the ball. And as you can see there, the ball is on the ground. I'm happy I've viewed the angles I need. I've made a decision.
Well, teamwork between the referee and the video referee means that this is going to be a try. Well, that's the way it should be with the technology. The referee on the field saying, I can definitely say this. And because of that, the video referee says, well, I can definitely say this.
Yeah.
And it means that Top Sipley now has his first Warrington try. And the whole stadium will know it in just a moment's time. They know it now. Lights go off. Well, the lights go on for Sipley. Warrington's first try of the night. Sipley's first try of his Warrington career.
Yeah, we spoke about his impact. He's a player. He's got real punch with his carries. And Danny Walker was just drifting across the field looking to pick something up. Anybody going back to the middle of the field, and he's the ideal candidate to go back against the grain, against tight defenders. First try of 2026. A real impact in round 1. Another strong impact off the bench here. As I said, Walker just willing him back onto the inside. This is some strength. 3 defenders around him to get that ball down, to squeeze the ball down. You see on the replay here, this is the angle you could see where the ball just gets dotted down on the ground. It's a big effort, that. Just manages to keep his ball carrying arm from touching the floor. Otherwise, that'd be a double movement. Stays in the air, grounds the ball. It's a great finish to the half, isn't it? 6 minutes to go in the first half. Warrington finally getting a score.
Yeah, Mark Sneed's adding the 2, so 8 points to 0. Warrington now lead.
Dangerous plays those, especially on quick rucks. On any, you get a big guy coming back to a middle defensive unit that's been worked over and over and over. Difficult to deal with. Well played, Warrington.
Well, Wakefield haven't threatened much at the other end, but their defensive efforts on their own line have been magnificent thus far. So they'll be stinging at conceding that try so late in this first period. Walker. Williams. Dummy show. Been told, by the way, that Tyson Smoothie, the Wakefield hooker, is off the field with an HIA at the moment.
Let's have a look at Harvey Smith again. Again, fantastic year last year with quick rucks as well. We spoke about a running threat out of 9. Danny Walker's got that, hasn't he? Well, Smith brings that for Wakefield. They've really struggled to unlock Warrington so far. Maybe Smith can be the difference.
There is Smith at dummy half with that flock of blonde locks. Wakefield trying to build from deep, but Warrington's defence is pincer sharp. Corey Hall down by his opposite number, Hopewati.
It's a great read from Hopewati. Fantastic read.
Nikotima up and plays. Smith bringing it left. Truman rattled into by Curry, but that was well timed by the Warrington defender, so the referee has no problems with that, and Thewlis brings it back.
Yeah, it was good pressure from Curry. Large work rate from him in this first half, doing a lot of the little things well for Sam Burgess through the middle of the field.
Pick up by Walker. He's seen the gap behind the defence. He's got company with Hopewati, who puts the foot down, and underneath the sticks is where that journey will finish. 2 tries in a matter of moments have blown the game wide open just before half-time. From Walker, wonderful pace from Hopewati.
It's just beautiful dummy half play from Danny Walker, acknowledging a quick ruck, understanding what that's going to do to the defensive line, and then having willing people on board to support him as he carries the ball. So Hopewati with the try, but it's constructed by Danny Walker. Just noticing that the markers aren't set. As I said, the challenge for Wakefield here sits between the 2 air defenders and behind the ruck. That's where Warrington have looked lethal, and that's where Walker is lethal. He releases Hopewati. Wakefield been valiant defensively, Dave, haven't they? Just clocked off at marker. It's Cam Scott just has a play off. Hopewati scores. That's heartbreaking for Darryl Powell. It's heartbreaking for Wakefield, but for Danny Walker, for Sam Burgess, for Hopewati and the Warrington Wolves, that's a crucial score.
It's another of the new signings, of course. Famous name in rugby league, son of John, younger brother of William and Jamil. Had a horrible year last year, ACL, but arrived here from Canberra, and he's now got 2 in 2 in Super League. And Sneed has added a 3rd from 3 tonight from the tee, and 14 points to 0, and a tight game is suddenly blown wide open by Warrington.
I think Darryl Powell will be disappointed with this try. Cam Scott doesn't get set. You've just got to concede a penalty there. He needs to tackle Danny Walker, give the penalty away. Hopewati scores, but as I've said, it's delightful from Danny Walker. He's on for a year as Danny Walker. This game speed will suit him as much as anybody in our competition.
Did I mention it was his birthday as well last week, Albert Hopewati? 24 years of age.
Just 24.
Another game on tonight as well, and you can see that St Helens got off to a winning start early stages, but Warrington have lost the ball here.
Philbin just in contact. I think it was Staunton makes good contact. Philbin trying to wrestle to the floor, just releases the ball. Said about the big moments now just before half-time.
Well, if Wakefield can grab one back here, doesn't that lift their spirits ahead of the half-time team talks? Warrington are taking their time here. They took the shot clock right to the very end there before they packed down, just to get some oxygen back in lungs. Hall. Harvey Smith at dummy half, another set of 6, so it's a 7 tackle count. Fatili. Down goes Williams. 2 more up top to prevent an offload. Smith again. Truman high and long across that line. It's with Jowett, but a spin that can't take him beyond the big boulder shoulders that come his way. Another set of 6. But the time might run out before this full set is completed. That's what Warrington will be hoping. Wakefield just want to get on with it. Smith, penalty, yeah, offside, and I think it's the accumulation of niggling incidents there that has produced the sin binning for Toff Sipley. Yellow card right just before the hooter sounds. He's lost his patience with Warrington.
Yes, 3 penalties on the row. What Warrington are doing is just stealing yards, getting off the defensive line aggressively, just to desperately stop Wakefield from scoring. But the consequence is Sipley now, try scorer. He's got 10 in the bin. So I understand Warrington's desire to push the rules, to stop Wakefield from getting points here just before half-time. But it comes back to the error from Philbin. It's put him in a bad position. Now Sipley's in the bin for the opening 10 minutes of the second half.
Well, in all the hullabaloo, I'm not sure whether the hooter was sounded there, but this will be the last kick of this first half. Unsurprisingly, they'll take the 2 because that brings it back to a 2-score game. No point risking one play at the line with Warrington organised and ready. So Jowett rocking back and sends it over, and they do have points on the board right at the end of the game, and maybe significantly they'll have 10 minutes of the second half with an extra man, will Wakefield, because Sipley in the sim adds to the atmosphere, adds to the occasion, putting on a party.
Good first half, great first half. Wakefield just one defensive lapse. That's cost them really. As I said, Sipley off for 10 for Warrington, so Wakefield really need to make hay, don't they, in this opening 10 minutes. I think Darryl Powell will be largely positive about his team's first half, as will Sam Burgess. Solid defensively, patient, composed. Darryl Powell will know the importance of this opening 10 minutes to his side's chances here at the Halliwell Jones.
Well, the owner in the crowd there, what a fantastic job he's been doing in terms of turning Wakefield Trinity as a club around. What a fantastic job Darryl Powell has been doing as well in turning them around on the field. Took them to the Championship, the Summit, didn't he, a couple of years ago, and then first year back in Super League, getting them into the playoffs as well.
Yeah, fantastic story, selling out home games at will. Yeah. A lot to do with Darryl Powell, Michael Shenton's style of rugby, but Matt Ellis, you know, what an investment he's put into that club. Looks and feels different instantly. Liam Rush is just having a few issues with his sound here, so why we're slightly delayed kicking off.
Having his batteries changed. He's had his batteries changed, he's okay. So that's okay. He can hear his officiating team now, his touch judges, and can communicate with a video referee as well. Right, what's this second half got in store for us? 14 points to 2, Warrington leading the game. Took them a long time to get their first try, and then 2 came very quickly. And Wakefield know they need to return to that resolve. And they need to get points on the board themselves as well in this second half.
Yeah, just need to look at their completion rate. They were down at 78%, which is not so bad, but Warrington up at 92%, really controlling the possession when they had it, nice and patient. And then just generated some ruck speed off the back of it. Kai Taylor, as we said, takes ruck 4.
Tyson Smoothie, by the way, has failed his HIA, we're told, which means longer time on the field, therefore, for Harvey Smith. They certainly won't be weakened by that. Wakefield.
A different player, isn't he, to Tyson Smoothie, to NRL Grand Final winner with the Brisbane Broncos last year. Tyson Smoothie, really solid, can either play loose or 9, whereas Harvey Smith is an out-and-out 9.
Ooh.
An offload to himself from Oliver Pratt. Well passed, well received.
Put that one on his stats in terms of passing.
Does he get an offload for that? Will he get an offload on the stats? Yeah.
But no meters gained. Taken on by Pitts, up to the halfway line. Wakefield find themselves, though, on the very last play. So here's Truman off that left foot. And just hangs it up there in the air, hoping for an age, but it's Dewlis again, who in typical fashion comes skirting across the field.
I love it when outside backs skim across the field like that. It just holds so many defenders accountable. The full Wakefield chase has to come up, and it's tiring. It's great carry from Dewlis.
Sneed. Big effort by Tanganoa. Reminder that Warrington, for the next 8 minutes, will be down to still 12 men because of that sin binning of Toff Sipley just before half-time. So they're a man short. Sneed put a bit of spin on that. That's a terrific kick. Was swerved in the air.
Yeah, just faded it.
Out of play.
Then he faded it off the outside of his boot. Perfectly judged, just over Pratt's head. Using that spin just to take it out over the sideline, just take a bit of sting out the game.
Well, there's a problem here for Wakefield because Max Jowett, he's just hobbling. You've seen there, he's hobbling back into position, the Wakefield fullback. That doesn't look good at all. His side at least had possession, so he could try to run that off. There's no physio coming on for him.
Fullback's a cursed position in 2026. Really hoping Max Jowett's okay. Said before the game, Wellesby, Bailey Hodgson, Will Price, all going down.
Yeah, Lee without 2 fullbacks now. 2 startlingly good fullbacks. Penalty goes Wakefield's way.
That's a great example of what I'm talking about. If you don't win your initial contact, you just can't try and wrestle it back. Stone doesn't get it right initially, joins in, I think it's Curry, and it's just too slow. Penalty. And these are the positions Wakefield need to get in, but not just get in, stay in, build pressure. And they need a line break from somewhere, Dave.
There's Nicotimo, the physio has been on for Jowett, and he's happy to carry on, but he's still not obviously clear completely of any injury. Fartilli, heavy carry from him. Wakefield needing a score, probably needs a score first in this second half. In good position here, Sinfield to Truman, and Truman now pops one over the top, and look at Jowett go for the corner. Well, he's supposed to be injured, but he has scored an absolute blinder. This will be checked. The referee's given it. This will be checked in the background.
Yeah, it's an unreal finish from Max Jowett. There's no doubt in my mind he gets this down. It's beautiful from Wakefield, left to right shift, everybody moving, and Truman just floated it over the top. Jowett recovered from that ankle injury remarkably well. Watch the flight of the pass from Truman, it's perfect. Jowett takes it. This is a stunning finish from Jowett in the corner. Dots the ball down, no doubt in my mind. Off the back of the Truman flighted pass, that Jowett gets this down, limping just a minute ago, wasn't he?
Yeah, incredible recovery.
Fantastic. What a finish.
Oh, that is terrific. Like we said, the video referee's having a look at that.
Yeah, it's no doubt. No doubt that's
But that looks sensational.
Yeah, it's a stunner. It's a stunning finish from Jowett. It's an exceptional piece of skill from Truman on the inside. Stripped Warrington's left edge for numbers. And it's the flight of the pass that beats them.
If the video referee decides that there's a case to answer here, it will go officially to the big screen, but that's looking... well, we've just had it confirmed. Try is confirmed, rightly so, and unbelievably good from Jowett.
Yeah, magic finish. When you said he was limping, wasn't he? Could hardly walk a minute before that, so he shook that off incredibly well. Just really, first piece of good ball from Wakefield. First time they've been in possession within the Warrington 20 for some time, and they've taken an opportunity. I'll say it again, That 10 seconds before half-time, where Philbin drops the ball, Warrington concede 3 penalties, Sipley's in the bin. Just how crucial might that be in the shake-up of the result of this game? Sinfield with a tricky one here, though, Dave, off that sideline.
Sinfield has put it wide.
And it's still a 2-score game then. Wakefield required to score 2 tries, but great squareness from Sinfield. Then the ball floated, beautiful flight. Just gets Smith interested, and it's great pace and a beautiful finish from Max Jowett. We spoke about his importance to Wakefield. He'll really look to get this 2026 campaign going here tonight.
He's still not right, you know. He's still not right. Ignore the pain when the try line is looming large. And he's still hobbling a little bit, which again is pays service to the fact that that was a really good finish in the circumstances. And Wakefield looking to build on that now. 8 points behind. They needed to score first. They have scored first. Where do they go from here? Smith out of dummy half. Hall spinning around. Warrington defenders crashing in. Smith again with a one-handed pickup. Tries to turn on the afterburners. Well, they're really exploiting that left-hand side of attack here. Smith, they've gone all the way down that left side. They find themselves on the 5th. More central this time. Sinfield kicks away before Philbin gets to him. Taylor Ray underneath, reaching, but gets it and slips. Easy meet. That's an oncoming defenders.
It's an awesome front foot set of rugby by Wakefield. Spotting up the same defenders, making the same defenders do 2, 3, 4 tackles in quick succession. Really smart. Got them a load of territory now. Warrington deep into their own half.
We've got a great game on our hands here, haven't we?
Absolutely.
Walker. Warrington defends. Warrington fans are absolutely furious about something or other.
I think Wakefield are offside. It's Danny Walker once again. Now he's going to be a thorn in so many team sides this year.
Sneed making it difficult, but the bounce. Oh, that's a bit of a risk here. Is it going to hold up? Well, he'll be happy now. The heart beats a little slower again, because if that had bounced awkwardly for a second time, there was a real job on his hands.
Well, that's a smart play from Jowett, though. 7 tackle set. He gains 20 metres now. Myers carries it. It's just a very shrewd piece of play from the fullback. Great finish a minute and a half ago, and then smart play there.
A push by Scott. Pratt, rather. Now it's the middle with Fertilli. Here's Harvey Smith. Wakefield playing with confidence and playing on the front foot here. And the effort from Staunton takes them a little closer. Smith. Still a minute of Warrington being a man down.
Yeah, see Sipley now just running down the sideline. He's ready to get back involved, and Wilder wants
Sinfield with a dummy. Oh, he's almost through. Just Curry's hand on him, stopping him making further progress. Smith with a chip and chase. Again, it's the weight of the kick that makes it good, because Warrington have to deal with it. And a chance for Wakefield to get it back.
Yeah, I've loved the last 2 minutes from Smith. He's just really controlled the game, hasn't he, in every aspect. Any ruck that's quick, he runs. Jumps out here, nothing doing. Kick behind to build some pressure. It's been an exceptional few minutes from the young 9. Really taking this game by the scruff of the neck. Obviously Smoothie off with the HIA. We see Sipley back onto the field while Warrington needed him.
Well, they've gone long. It's against the current fashion of dropouts. Callum Hamlin-Ueli has come on to the field as well. Caius Fertilli for the moment is off as Pitts takes up the challenge right down the middle. Great game on our hands here. Oh, it's a penalty. Top Sipley not been long back on the field, and now gives a penalty away.
Yeah, just a scrappy ruck, wasn't it? Danny Walker speaking to the referee. He's taking that message back to his teammates that they've just got to keep these rucks clean. Liam Rush has been pretty consistent with anybody messing around to slow the game down.
Hamlin Ueli takes it in. Smith out of dummy half again. It's Staunton ripping in, danced around, down he goes. Smith switching, Truman, well, they read that, but he almost escapes from Hopewati's attention. 5 away, Smith, opportunity knocking here for Wakefield. Sinfield, Vangenaar. Here's Smith again, Sinfield, Truman, popping it over the top, the reach, and the try for Jaden Myers. Look at this, Wakefield right back in the game. No questioning their character now. The referee is having a word. Is there a captain's challenge coming here from Warrington?
I think it's a try, this.
Yeah, it's a try, it is a try. And what a try as well for Jaden Myers.
Yeah, it's great ball from Smith to start, again from Sinfield. But we saw Bevan French through the night, the benefit of firing a pass, flat, hard, hitting your winger on the chest. Well, we've seen 2 absolute masterful balls from Jake Truman, using flight, a softer trajectory of the pass. And that's enough to just beat the Warrington edge that's up, and it's in. Hopewati first, and Thewlis after. A aggressive Myers in space. But it's all about Jake Truman. 2 try assists here for Truman. Myers the beneficiary. The second try in the second half for Wakefield. And wow, what an opening 12 minutes it's been for Darryl Powell. Exactly what his side needed to take advantage of Sipley being off. They got one, Sipley's back, penalty conceded. They got another, game on.
Absolutely game on. Well, I'm sure the home fans were settling down at half-time and thinking, oh, we could get some real razzle-dazzle in the second period. Now we've broken the back of Wakefield, but their back has not been broken. Kick is looking good, no, it's not. Wide it goes.
Feel sorry.
14 points to 10.
I feel sorry for Max Jowett. He can hardly run and he's kicking goals now. Been a great 12 and a half minutes here. Just really crisp execution. I said errors was the thing that had really cost Wakefield. Well, they've been tidy and classy here at the start to this second half.
Settle in for a real battle. Wakefield came here with confidence. They might not have been in the best of form in the first 2 games of the season, but they're growing into 2026. They came here and posted a big win 12 months ago. They'll have that in mind again. And Warrington, having started so well against St Helens, know that they have to lift again to see this one home.
What a shot from Liam Byrne.
Pitts pushing. Harvey Smith, and he's having a look at that rock. Sinfield, will he find a bit of grass? Yes, he will. Sliding challenge from Taylor Ray on the ball.
This is the patch of the game where, if you remember back to round 1, St Helens put Warrington on all sorts of pressure, didn't they? They had a 20-minute spell where they were just on the front foot. Warrington rode that out. Sam Burgess would be needing something similar here from his men.
Walker again, just has a little look up, plays what he sees. If you missed that, by the way, Catalan 0, Saints 6 at half-time. You missed that notice at the bottom of your screen. Smith travelling well, Walker, Curry, and now Williams, and here comes Taylor Ray. And suddenly Thewlis with a kick back down the middle. Oh my goodness, that bounced back. Sam Stone in hot pursuit, but dealt with, and Wakefield find themselves back to the walls again.
Yeah, what a fantastic kick from Thewlis. They engineered loads of space on that right-hand side. It's George Williams just burning defenders with Kai Taylor-Ray's a weapon outside him. Expertly judged from Thewlis, and what a chase from Stone. Jowett does well to actually bat it out. Be interested to see if they go for the short one. Again, not a fan of it. Just clear your lines, get the ball as far away as you can. As I say that, they'll come up with it now, Dave, won't they?
Big moments. Big set again here. Warrington desperate to calm their nerves and get themselves a little bit of comfort on the scoreboard again. And they're in excellent position now as Sipley goes charging in once more.
Wow. It's massive.
Walker inside, Tanganoa trying to squeeze between a couple, but they squeeze in and there is no passage. Walker, Warrington fans in full voice. Williams, oh, his mat absolutely smashed Hamlin Ueli. But they go again. Curry just held up, plunging short. Last play here. Warrington. Walker, Sneed, it's off his left boot. He's found a bit of space on that far side. Pratt was isolated. Smith takes advantage, and Warrington have that bigger lead again. Important try in the context of this game.
Massive try. All of the momentum has been in Wakefield's favour here. And Warrington have absorbed, scored, conceded 2 tries. But then the first time they get the ball in nearly 6-7 minutes, they just explode. Run with power, run with venom. But simply then Tanganoa, what about this shot from Hamlin Ueli? Great contact. Wasn't enough though. It's a beautiful kick from Mark Sneed. Pratt's in all sorts and Smith dots it down. But I loved that set of 6 from Warrington Wolves. There was a real conviction to how they carried the ball. Wakefield just struggled to contain them. Excellent execution from Mark Sneed, but it was the set in its entirety. It looked powerful.
First Super League try as well for Josh Smith. Another of the new arrivals, the former Queensland Cup player at the Brisbane Tigers. They'll be happy with that recruitment at the moment.
Yeah, these quicker rucks really suit this Warrington team. If you look at the likes of Sipley, Tanganoa, Philbin, you know, even their outside backs, Deulis, King, Hopewati, all good at generating fast rucks. And then when you've got Kai Taylor, George Williams and Danny Walker in your team, they're 3 marvellous exponents of taking advantage of quick rucks. That full set was quick. Wakefield just couldn't get back into control. Mark Sneed 100% off the kicking tee, as he often is. Difficult one here.
Shot clock is on, by the way, because the try was confirmed a while back, so not sure where the shot clock is. Can't see it. The referee's having a look at it. 20 seconds left. Just need to take this. One of those players who used to take his time, didn't he, Mark Sneed? And with 10 seconds sounded, he rolls forward and strikes that. Oh my goodness, how good is Mark Sneed, if we didn't already know. That 100% record in Super League this year remains. Yeah. 4 out of 4 and 20 points to 10 now.
Yeah, such a valuable part of the game. He constructs the 4, doesn't he, by the accuracy of his kick to Smith to back it up with that sideline conversion. Huge score that for Warrington. Everything was going against them here, and they've just counter-punched a Wakefield side who were on the front foot. Mike McMeekin back on. Good stint from Matty Staunton in the front row. Mike McMeekin's going to need a big 23 minutes here for his team.
The referee, Liam Rush, again with issues with his sound system. I think it might just be because it's so loud here.
Wow, just go old school. Go old school. Just do it without comms.
Well, it's the video referee he needs to be hearing.
Yeah.
Just adds to the drama of the occasion. 23 minutes left to play.
Yeah, it's just, again, Warrington, just accurate from Sneed. It's just on the money. Oliver Pratt's doing all sorts to try and get out there and help, but that's 4 from 4. That's clinical, isn't it, from Mark Sneed, who, ironically, Stuart Pearce watching on, he'd be proud. He'd be proud of that. Yeah. Mark Sneed swung it in there.
I think he'd be more proud of the big tackles that go in, Stuart.
I think so.
Than a pinpoint pass or kick to goal from 30 yards.
Yeah, I hazard a guess that's why he's attracted to the game of rugby league.
Yes. Big fan, big Warrington fan, has been for some years, if you didn't know, and I'm sure you did. Curry down the middle. Walker, again, little hand gesture and bringing on Tanginoa. Walker. Clay Taylor-Ray, but they knew he was coming and they laid on a welcoming party that would have bruised a little. Sneed again. Up and away. And well timed from King. And the job completed by Smith.
Yeah, I'm loving the reaction from Warrington here. Starved of possession, and when they get it, just being direct, route one. Coming out of a cannon and just making Wakefield wear them. Every carry is strong.
Smith. McMeekan. Strengthening things up. But they're a long way from where they want to be here, Wakefield, and they've run out of plays. Truman has to be quick before Curry puts him on his back. Taylor-Ray carefully watching a bouncing ball. The big fella's in the middle, who might have been embarrassed by his speed a little earlier, making sure he ain't going to go any further on that occasion.
Yeah, both sides have got that initial contact piece right here tonight. Some big contacts. Such an important part of the game. You feel that this year he's going to be getting the contact right. Offload from King.
Super stuff from King. Boati, another stride or two. And a penalty. And a costly penalty again from Wakefield. Will put them on the back foot, and they can't afford to be on the back foot too often from here on in.
No, it's consistent though from Rush, isn't it? If you lose anything, you can't stay in there. So Sipley went into the bin for repeated offences. Well, Liam Rush applying the rules here, and the players will get the message.
Tanginoa takes his side closer. Warrington searching that right-hand side. Williams. Taylor-Ray again is putting the foot down. Stripped to the ground. They're coming from all sides now. Adding weight, Liam Byrne. Walker. Short for Curry. Curry to have a push. Here's Walker. Sneed. Williams. And darting himself. This is the last play, and King will have a go, and it's probably a gamble worth taking, because Wakefield having to start from there again.
Yeah, I think Mark Sneed disagrees. He waved his arms, he wanted that ball, he sensed an opportunity. And with someone like Mark Sneed in your team, probably better to give him the ball on that last play. He's just created one with his boot, give him a chance to do it again, but horrendous part of the field to get out of now for Wakefield.
And there might be another Jowett try coming soon, because he's limping again.
Oh no.
moving a little awkwardly. Here's Hall. Warrington turning up the heat in defence. Keep this Wakefield side as close to their own line as they possibly can. Hard yards to be made, and they're not making too many at the moment. Smith tries to change that. Kicking from deep inside their own half. It's an exhausting position they are in, Sinfield. Smith returning, finds a very decent and efficient wall ahead of him.
Got to find some energy here of Wakefield. Just fallen a bit flat with Warrington's resurgence here in the second half. Again, just need to get some possession down the Warrington end. It's Warrington winning that territory battle here now.
Boati. Walker. Williams almost bursting. Hanging on. Sinfield and McMeekan. Williams Taking a knock to the face, knock to the mouth. I think there's a bit of blood there.
It was awkward. It was an awkward challenge, wasn't it? Just caught high by McMeekin. Just a slight touch with the face.
England teammates, of course.
There's nothing more stressful as a middle defender than George Williams when he puts his foot down. When he spots a gap and he commits to it. It's terrifying for defences.
It's a penalty. Mike McMeekin complaining that when he stayed down, referee, that's not right, but the referee explaining that the touch judge had already given it. Referee might not have given it initially, but with the help of his touch judge, it is a penalty, and it's going to be an attempt at goal.
I mean, George...
Mark Sneyd.
Yeah, he could have been given the green card there. You know, you've got to go off the field for 2 minutes if you stay down for that length of time. Mike McMeekin just catching him high.
Not if it's a penalty, though.
He gave the penalty, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty late call to give the penalty. But Mark Sneyd choosing to go for 2. The question is, can he make it 5 from 5 and maintain that 100% kicking record? As I said, George Williams, when he's in the mood, is lethal. And with the game being just that fraction quicker, you sense George Williams in his final 12 months here at the Warrington Wolves could be on for a big year.
This commentator's statement that there was blood, I think, was a little overstated. It's smart, but there's no blood. So if you looked away because of that, you can look back again now. Sneyd, it's a heck of a kick, this, in terms of distance. Shot clock will force him to start moving. He does start moving. Then hits it well with the left foot, and my goodness, just put the ball down and let Mark Sneyd have a boot. 22 points to 10 now.
Yeah, that's stunning from Mark Sneyd. Great length on the kick, accuracy was there. When he's on, he's so valuable. His kicking game, just on its own, is very valuable. He's hugely experienced. Where you'd like to see guide out this last 16 minutes. What's the reaction, though, from Wakefield here? They need something.
We've seen a reaction, haven't we, when they conceded those early tries. The fact that they got themselves right back in the contest. They're going short. They're trying to give themselves a chance with possession. The ball's got out of play. Yes, it has. And Warrington will get it back.
Yeah. Warrington, yeah.
So it's a penalty to Warrington.
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty here. Yes. So, yeah, it's a flop. They're giving a flop.
And they're running it. Oh! Then the ball comes out. And Wakefield have a chance to surge again here. Here's Scott. 6 tackles from here, so after all of that messing, Wakefield get what they thought they had potentially earlier. As Vangenaar takes it in, Smith out of dummy half, helped on its way. They've got a numbers on that left-hand side. Corey Hall just pushing away as Warrington defenders come racing across there to mend the situation.
It's great defence from Warrington. They were stripped for numbers completely, and Williams just getting out the back in the loop. Solid defence.
But they're flying with hope and confidence. Truman, Sinfield, King make the read. Sinfield loops it out. Cam Scott can't do anything as the ball loops his way. Vangenaar at the play the ball, and Sinfield back to the middle. Tavanga trying to straighten up. This is the last. Harvey Smith. Truman. A kick to the corner. Oh my goodness. The referee might have a look at this. Jaden Myers, I think, was close. Yep, the referee's not going to give the try, but he's going to ask the video referee to have a look.
Just check who the ball comes off last, and that Myers doesn't ground it after Fearless's touch.
I sense this is more about restarts than tries, but let's hear from the video ref.
That's what I've checked, mate, yeah.
OK, we have a live call of no try. We're just checking the grounding. The players to the left are onside. We'll go to the corner view. OK, who does it touch? It's missed by Fewlis. Does that touch Myers' hands? Okay, you can see there, it touches Myers' thumb, and that's what propels the ball upwards. So what happens to it then? So it's Myers' thumb, so that it's his thumb and it goes forwards, which constitutes a knock-on. So then anything after is irrelevant. It's a knock-on in the field, in the in goal. I've made a decision.
Well, I think the Warrington players have already made that decision as well, because they're lining up at the 20-metre mark, ready for the restart here, but close, just not close enough. It's been met with enthusiasm by Warrington fans.
Yeah, Myers, it's good eyes from the video referee there. Seeing the ball has come off Myers' thumb. They've got to take a chance, they've got to make a chance here, haven't they? 12 points to make up.
Desperate to keep Warrington right where they are, or progression limited. That's Wakefield's intent now, but Warrington in the box seat again with that 12-point lead. 2 tries, 2 goals is the margin. Another score here for Warrington should see them home. Williams, Tanganoa. Crowther had a look, decided the pass wasn't on. Walker, Sneed, carrying it as far as he can before he then sticks it up there. And a tangle of players coming for that as well. The referee says he's happy with Wakefield, the way they won possession back.
Yeah, one of the features of Wakefield last year was their ability to shape up in yardage, move the ball from areas like this. Myers just takes a carry. You feel like they're going to have to move the ball.
Misdirected pass, but it ends up in safe hands in the end. Banging up. Scott back to the middle. Sinfield. Tavanga with a big push. Last play, Smith. Sinfield. Kick and a chase. Just put some air underneath that to get his defenders up there as quickly as they can. It pouts his head up. Fewlis lost his footing.
Looked like he was almost concussed looking at the kick coming down. It was a beautiful spiral. Just kicked through the belly of the ball, did Sinfield. As spiral kicks tend to do. It just drifts away from the catcher right at the last second. He got Fewlis there. Fortunately for Fewlis, it bounced straight out. Beautiful kick from Sinfield.
11.5 minutes to go, 12 points the difference. Wakefield putting up a real battle here, but Warrington will feel that this game is under their control at the moment. King. The battle of yards and a battle of position, and here he goes again. We were talking about try assists from Danny Walker, weren't we, at half-time? He's been an assist in just about every score Warrington have had this season. And here he is again, picking up Sneed, Williams. Oh, it's a shove on by Fewlis. He's lost it, and suddenly there is a chance at the other side now for Myers to make progress. Warrington defenders back there quickly, but suddenly the game's going the other way.
Just felt Myers had to take Sneed on for pace on the outside.
It's with Sinfield. And now it's a kick and chase for Pratt, and Ollie Pratt goes herring after this and scores a try and game back on. Brilliant stuff from Sinfield, having a look and seeing the opportunity, and Pratt with the pace to complete the job.
Oh, good on you, Wakefield. Enterprising stuff. First try for 2026 for Oliver Pratt. It came from that Myers break over on the left-hand side. Great pace. Just picking up the loose carry from Thewlis, wasn't it? Thewlis fumbled it. He was in a bit of space. And Myers was away. I fancied him to get on the outside of Sneed. He didn't. But when the ball gets to Sinfield, he's left with two options. He's put it through the hands or kick it. He spots that edge is just out in all sorts from the chase back, from the Myers break. It's completely disjointed. A lot of effort from Warrington to get down and shut down Myers, but left that edge in tatters. Danny Walker, Kai Taylor-Ray just turning up just too late. But as you said, Dave, game on. Great spirit here from Wakefield.
And again from Sinfield there, it was about spotting the opportunity, the quickness of thought, and the quality of the kick.
Yeah, I was just going to say that it's easy to spot it, executing it's a different thing. And great vision, great execution, big kick this from Jowett.
Warrington doing their level best, their supporters, to put him off, because if he puts this over, one try and one goal in Wakefield's favour will bring them back level. Jowett hits that brilliantly well. He's got height, he's got distance. Everything about that was magnificent again. 22-16. We're going into a thunderous final 10 minutes.
What a peach. Max Jowett struck it clean out the straps. It's a great execution here, piece of execution from Sinfield. Perfectly weighted, spotting the space where the Warrington defenders weren't. And what about this? Out the middle, bang.
Well, 500 points to his name, wasn't it? Max Jowett a couple of years ago in the Championship. I think it was 198 goals in amongst that. Just the 83 last year. But very different level of competition last year to the year before. Didn't get as many opportunities. Here's Fatilli running it back in, and Wakefield are running now, knowing that another try and a conversion will put us in golden point territory, and Warrington living on their nerves just for the moment. McMeekan will take them on. Here's Harvey Smith. Whatever happens here, testament to Wakefield's character.
Yeah, great. I thought the attitude at times on the wrong side of possession and territory has been great. They moved the ball left here. This is where they look dangerous.
Well, here they go, and Jowett just with a threat. This is the last play. Truman left-footed. Oh, and that's a good catch again from Taylor-Ray, and it needed to be, and my goodness, didn't he zoom into that challenge?
Yeah, he's so quick. He just gets to full tilt after about 8 or 10 metres, it feels. Really dangerous. Still relatively lightweight is the young fullback.
Warrington fans are nervous, you can hear that in the shrillness of their voices. Is there a settler to come? Another set of 6, Toby King. Runs well into a not square defensive line, and it's a knock-on. I think there's going to be a captain's challenge here if Toby King's got anything about it.
Challenge on what basis that?
Well, there you heard. George Williams is going to challenge here.
Chris, the captain's
This is
challenge.
a big one.
Warrington
Get the
challenging a
penalty,
really
and
knock-on.
it eases on closer to home.
Claiming there's ruck interference.
Let's go back to 6 again.
No, the 6 again. The 6 again was from the play before. The markers the play before.
Okay, so we have a captain's challenge. Warrington are challenging the decision of a knock-on. They're claiming that there is ruck interference. So it's an upright tackle. Okay, is Sinfield just pulling his arm out the ruck, or is it a deliberate pull on the ball? Camera 1, maybe. Okay, camera 5 is going to be my best angle. Okay, Sinfield is allowed to have his hand, and he's allowed to wrap the ball up. He's then got to pull his hand out. As long as it's not a deliberate pull on the ball. Let's play it in full speed just to see if we've got perspective on that. Okay, in my view, Sinfield is just pulling his hand out. There's no clear pull, there's no deliberate effort to strip the ball out. Again, we'll watch it full speed. He's just taking his hand away from the tackle. His challenge inconclusive. His challenge unsuccessful.
Challenge unsuccessful. They're not going to like it.
Wow.
They're not going to like it. Told you.
Toby King is going off his head.
Well, he can't believe it, can he?
I understand the logic. Chris Kendall looked like what's Sinfield meant to do. His hand is on the ball. He should have to wrap the ball up. He's pulling his arm away. At the end of the day, Toby King needs to hold on to that as well. It's a bit of a loose grip on the ball from him. George Williams is going wild at Lynwood.
What's going on here?
Yeah, sorry, no.
Yeah, the referee's given a penalty, and he suddenly realised, oh, hang on, I got that wrong. It's not a penalty. It would have been if the challenge had been successful. But the referee is red-faced. It's just a scrum down, not a penalty.
If we could get a replay of George Williams,
Sorry, that's me.
he's just put his fastest meters of the game in to get over to the referee to tell him. He's absolutely put his toe down.
Well, the ref
Watch him.
said,
George, look at George. Ref, you've done us.
the ref just said, you could have told me, but hang on, that's not our job, that's yours. Anyway,
Big set this.
big mistakes happen.
Huge set this.
Fatelli looking to carry that big muscular frame of his a few extra yards downfield. Smith picks up. Sinfield back for the angled run of Bangadar, who gets it offload away. And Harvey Smith will take it on another stride or two. 3 tackles to go. About 20 metres to cover. Warrington are hanging on themselves now. Tavanga. 6 minutes left. Truman. Sinfield. Step on the inside from Scott. Last play here. Massive play. Warrington's line will be coming out to try and shut this down. Truman sees a bit of daylight. Quick hands from Jarrett. And here comes Myers on that left-hand side. Oh, brilliant defensive cover. Brilliant defensive cover. Taylor Ray. Hats off. Got across there. There was a golden light of shining opportunity. And it suddenly all turned black as Warrington's defence came over.
Well, he may get plaudits for what he does with the ball, Kai Taylor in these opening 2 rounds for Warrington. Will take a bow. He just commits to that full ball. Doesn't take his foot off the accelerator for 1 second. It's great footwork from Myers. What defence, both from Williams and Kai Taylor-Ray.
And the fact that it was a fair tackle as well, you know, he could have been excused for trying to take his head off.
It's just
there.
commitment. That's what that is. That's commitment, connection to your teammates. That's a word Warrington have been using all pre-season about connection with each other, with the fans, with the board. And that's Kai Taylor-Ray just connecting with George Williams and also connecting with Myers. What a tackle.
Well, 2 teams who've given us tremendous entertainment so far today. More to come tonight, to remind you. We're off to Vegas just before midnight. Oh, that's a knock-on. No, it's not. It's an infringement. And it's a penalty for Warrington.
Challenge, but Kenneth comes straight through the run. Time off.
Captain's challenge, might as well.
Chris, we have a captain's challenge.
4.5
Wakefield are
minutes
challenging
to
the
go.
rule of ruck interference.
Ruck interference is being challenged. Let's hear again, crucially, from our video referee again here, Chris Kent.
Down here, holding forward, give a knock on. He's not getting the exact same.
Okay, we have a captain's challenge. Wakefield are challenging the decision of ruck interference. Just going to watch it full speed. Okay, so Walker, so the tackle's complete at this point. Walker's then getting to his feet to play the ball. And then Caius then comes straight back through and obstructs Danny Walker. And that's what then makes Walker go back to ground. Caius is shortcut into marker. So it's challenge inconclusive. Challenge unsuccessful.
Challenge unsuccessful, you heard it.
Got no comment.
Yeah, he's struggling with the
So they've both lost their captain's challenge now.
As Chris Kendall's got the conclusive jitters. Right call though. Fertilli was just trying to wrestle back from.
You tell me, was
lost
that a
run.
case there of him using the ball to get up with?
Yeah, there's an argument for that, but he's absolutely won the right to get up and play that ball. Now he's knocked down from a defender who's in a poor position. I think that's the correct call from Chris Kendall.
There's problems now with the touch judge. Touch judge on this near side has gone across. So I think they're swapping sides of touch judges. I think he's going to stay there. No, he's going back.
They're having a few issues. It's inconclusive whether he's hearing his earpieces are working.
I'm not sure who can hear who and who can't hear who.
It's all good.
Adds to the drama, doesn't it? 4.5 minutes to go.
I mean,
and there is still a contest to be decided here.
This just gives Warrington a breath, though, doesn't it?
Touch judge is getting absolute pelters off the fans as he comes running back to the near side. He's not going to enjoy this last 4.5 minutes. I think he's going to get comments all the way down that touchline side.
This little break just has given Warrington a chance just to, you know, get a breath, get connected, keep people talking.
What are we waiting for here? What are we waiting for now?
I've never known as much confusion. Touch judges' comms are down, so yeah. I've never seen so many black and white shirts get lifted up.
There is a supermarket just across the road from here, isn't there? So maybe somebody's just run out for some batteries.
Just get some.
There we are. He's getting fixed. Well, frustration for the supporters, frustration for the players. But now we get the game back underway. And it's going to be quite a finish. 4.5 minutes to go. Warrington again looking for what could potentially be a match winner. We have seen some belters already this season, haven't we? In terms of dramatic finishes to matches. This could be another. Walker picks up, they're just chunneling down this middle channel. I always wonder if Mark Sneed's left boot is going to be called into play at some point to try and put 1 point over and make it a 2-score difference. Here we go, it's back on Mark Sneed. It is with the left boot, and it flies between the sticks, and that might just do the job. That extra point means the world for Warrington. 23-16 could be an insurmountable obstacle now.
Yeah, it's a great sell. Mark Sneed stood behind, directing traffic. He just waited till they got to that 10-metre line. Really cautious not to encroach over it. It's a perfect spot to kick a one-pointer from. The defender's fully 20 yards away from him. Short from Jowett. We need this back, Dave.
Warrington have it back, and that will settle their nerves still further. It's an injury here. I think Jaden Myers is in a bit of trouble.
Just fell awkwardly.
Is that just cramp? Doesn't look too serious, does it? It is just a bit of cramp, maybe. Anyway, he's okay. 3 minutes to go. Warrington feel like they've got the job done, but they will not want to take their foot off the gas just yet, because Wakefield have shown terrific character throughout, and there is still time on the board, only just, for a potential comeback. Crowther. Yates has found the gap with the dancing feet and pushes. Jowett gets in the way. Last play. Sneed. Oh, the controlled left boot. The pass back on the inside, and the finish from Toby King is exquisite from start to finish. That will do it now for certain. Toby King in his second of the season, and the scoreline shoots out to unrepresentative proportions.
Yeah, it's magic from Warrington. It's a great kick again from Mark Sneyd. We've seen that tonight, haven't we? That not necessarily finding space with passes. Both sides kicking the ball into space and coming up with points. It's excellent from Mark Sneyd. Just decides it's off the back of the Yates break. Real punch from this Warrington pack here tonight. Ran with venom all night. Mark Sneyd spots space, puts it on the money, and Toby King dots it down after a pat back from Smith. Off the outside of the boot. It's gorgeous, isn't it, from Sneyd?
Try confirmed in the background, so we can start the countdown to the conversion. Apologies, by the way, for misleading you statistically a little earlier. It was 4 kicks out of 5 for Mark Sneyd last week. He did miss one against St Helens, so he's not 100% for the season. But puts this over, and it will be 10 out of 11, I should say, so still not a bad return.
Yeah, it's been a very measured performance from him. Mark Sneyd is in the team to do exactly what he's done tonight. Play with control, kick the ball, 5 from 5, 1-pointer. That's exactly why he's in the side. So he's really delivered on his role here tonight.
So 10 seconds for Mark Sneyd to start his run-up, and a little movement of the feet. And then the kick, oh, he's wide. So he's wide, 5 out of 6. But 27 points to 16 represents now a winning margin for the Warrington Wolves. It's just a matter of playing out time.
Yeah, a lot to like about Warrington's performance. Showed some grit to come through some tough periods in this game. Just been too much for Wakefield ultimately. Lots for Wakefield to be encouraged by too. That steely defence they showed with everything against them, Dave. Darryl Powell will be proud of that. Probably just ruined penalties and errors that might have cost Wakefield here this evening, but Williams, Taylor Ray, Danny Walker, that trio of players looked lethal.
Just over 10,000 inside this stadium here tonight, so another bumper crowd. Walker again. Williams. Tanganoa. Warrington fans in great voice. 2 wins out of 2 it's going to be for them now. Williams with a kick over the top, taken in by King, kept it alive. Walker kicks it on. A scramble for the line that is won by Ollie Pratt. And it'll be a dropout. I don't think we'll get to the dropout because the shot clock's on, but there's only about 18 seconds to go. No, less than that. Much less than that.
Yeah, it's an amazing pickup from King and offload. What about that effort from Danny Walker? Danny Walker's been exceptional here tonight. Like, he's around everything that's good that Warrington do. Just dripped in class.
Well, they stopped the clock with 6 seconds to go. Max Jowett sends it away. The last carry could be from James Harrison. Now he's having a look around. The hooter sounds. That is the finish of it, and Warrington Wolves with their 2nd win of the season. They downed St Helens a fortnight ago, a week off, and now Wakefield have fallen foul of this charging Warrington start to the season. But full credit for Trinity, who put on a real battle tonight to give us a fabulous game.
Yeah, really entertaining game. I thought both sides will be happy with much of the performances. Warrington showing real grit in periods to come through.